Hello, peeps. Welcome to Heart Chats. This is going to be a new series that I'm doing. And my first guest, of course, is my lovely Rachel Love, who's been my producer for all this time. Thank you so much. And welcome to my first Heart Chats.
I'm glad to be here. And I wanted to chat with you, too, so it's perfect timing.
We've had some time apart because we're taking our summer vacation, so we haven't been chatting like we usually do. So it's good to be with you again.
It is. I miss that too. But I'm riding a motorcycle down in the south, where it's very. They like to use the word sultry.
That's not what I call it at all.
100-degree weather and 90-some% humidity is sultry.
My hair would be.
Oh, yeah. I keep putting stuff in my hair to stop it from frizzing like crazy. And
right. It looks like you've got heart hair now.
Yeah. And you can't tell in this light, but I'm very brown, also very tanned.
Nice.
A lot of sun. Well, ride a motorcycle, you get sun, at least on the parts that are exposed. It's getting hot enough. I should try exposing more parts, but there's laws against that, so I'm not going to do that either.
Yeah, don't get in trouble down there, please.
I remember the first time I was up in Minnesota, small town Minnesota, and my girlfriend called, and she wanted to invite me to the pool, the community pool, because she's watching kids, because she's doing like a little mini daycare. So I put my swimsuit on, got my motorcycle, rode over there. They all freaked. You're right. What the hell?
Oh my God.
I said it's just a few blocks away, and it's just jump on the bike, come over. I got my swimsuit on. There's no reason changing when I get there. I got tattoos. Yes, I got lots of issues. Apparently, I don't know. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe at this age I shouldn't do it. Maybe that's what it was.
You know what it is? That's a California thing.
California thing. Yeah, okay. I'm quite comfortable in my skin, believe it or not. I mean, it took me a while to get here, but I'm here.
Yeah. Well, now that you've got your card.
Yeah. Card carrying.
Oh man, you can just flip that thing out at the most amazing moment.
Well, we shouldn't get into politics and not mention Hillary directly, but
yeah,
I did get the card from Hillary. I want to talk about alternative realities, alternative universes real quick. Just as an example, the motorcycle. If I was in California and I put the swimsuit on and rode the motorcycle, it wouldn't nearly be as sensationalism as if I did it in a small town in Minnesota, where that kind of behavior, people just haven't done that. Every place you go, there's different cultures or different belief systems, and then people try to fill that, become that expectation. Always become that expectation, and that changes the reality. And just a basic simple thing. The reality has changed because you change your reality to meet everybody else's expectation. And so then your reality from what maybe when you were living in California, maybe when you live in New York, is a different reality now. Mm-hmm. You are still the same person that lives a different reality. Somebody's else, now you're living that reality. Mm-hmm. And it got me thinking, of course, I do a lot of time thinking when I'm riding a motorcycle, but how much the actual realities and the environment changes from where we are, or who we think we are, or what we think we should be doing, or even our attitudes. Now, example for that again, I should talk about Zen and the art of motorcycle riding, because it really makes me think a lot. But I remember riding to North Carolina on a very small motorcycle, Harley Sportster, a few years ago. And they're not really known for comfort. They're just kind of a run around town type thing, almost like a bar hopper or short thing. They're really good at curves and stuff. But going across the interstate on a motorcycle that's not really designed for that is not usually as comfortable or as easy as, certainly not as easy as a bigger bike, and certainly not as easy as a car. So it took a little bit of effort. And I remember the first day, everything hurt. And I was just saying, what the hell's wrong with me? What am I doing this for? I need a bigger motorcycle. I should take the car. I should do this. My thoughts were constantly on, I should not be doing this. There should be better ways. And this is silly. And my body was in pain. And my reality was, where I was at time was, this is uncomfortable. This is not much fun. I don't know why I'm doing this. And I wasn't having a good time. Well, the following day, after a good night's sleep and stuff, I got back on. I was actually dreading doing it again. Oh my God, this is going to hurt, and all of a sudden I started thinking once I got out there and I hit that alpha wave, at my age and being a single woman riding in the South on a motorcycle is quite the experience and quite an opportunity that a lot of people don't have. Right. And when I started changing my attitude about it and changing stuff, I started seeing smiling people, beautiful things. My little aches and pains all went away, and I just started having a great time. I changed the reality that I was in because I changed my attitude towards it. My emotions went from anger and disappointment and frustration to happiness, to fun, joy, to feeling that I was lucky I won a lottery or something. Changed my attitude, changed my reality.
There's the aspect of choice. There's the aspect of what thoughts do. Mm-hmm. I mean, that is, even in the unfoldment plan, which I'm on, each moment you have these choices. And, the energies have been so extreme lately. And as sensitives, we've got to process that. Also, at the same time, we have to be aware that everybody else out there is processing it too. And there are these energies that are bringing out the deepest of the shadows of ourselves right now. And I think that as sensitives and as hosts to these shows, the idea of sharing these energy things that are going on is to remind us that we're in a process. Let it happen. Let these energies flow through us and try the best you can not to.
Well, let me use that example again. It rained on me on the motorcycle. Things were happening. I was in a lot of traffic. It was fairly sultry again. About the South and some of them love this sultry stuff. And there was bugs hitting me. Nothing changed. The reality did not change the next day as it did the first day. My attitude changed about it. The bugs, the sultry and stuff was no longer an issue to me. I was having a good time. So as we're going through these changes, these energy changes stuff, I think it's very important to remind yourself your attitude.
Right.
How are you experiencing this? Is this a negative thing or is this a good thing? Am I learning something from this? Am I getting something out of this? Right. Is it for my betterment? Is it for the betterment of Mother Earth, for all the planets? We need to take our focus sometimes off the negative stuff and things happening, right, and appreciate the beautiful things that are happening,
right,
and the opportunities we have.
Right.
Attitude.
Right.
I also think it changes the actual reality. We all know about multiple universes and multiple dimensions, astral travel in the night, astral travel during the day. Many of us could make the environment different around us. We all have that ability to change our environment. A lot of people that are sad sacks and go through problem after problem after problem. They have no idea that they're probably creating that themselves.
Right. They're feeding a perpetual motion.
Yes. They're trying to wake themselves up. They're trying to come to learn a message or something, or there's some sort of stuff going on, but that is being created a lot of times by themselves. Let's just talk about people that have been abused and hurt. As activists, as light workers, we have a lot of people that went through a pretty trying childhood and teenage years and older. Some have had injuries and disabilities and near-death experiences. The whole gauntlet, from the sexual to the physical to the emotional to the mental to opportunities to financial. All these different things happen to people as we go through this planet, this experience. I have to say that song comes to my head right now. Nobody promised you a rose garden. It wasn't supposed to be all roses. Life is difficult. Consider that you're living in a forest and there are predators out there. There are dangers out there. There's also beautiful trees and water, and what a beautiful place to go home and breathe and be healthy. So predators and trouble, and same time fresh air, clean water, a place to build your house. Everything you need is provided for you there. But it's same time predators. That's how this whole planet is. So as we're coming through children, especially if you're coming through particular lesson you need, some of us had a rougher time. That affects you. That affects the body. Mm-hmm. The brain and the body is affected by our environment. Our DNA of this body is being altered by the things we eat and drink, the radiation exposures and stuff we're getting from stuff, the pollutions and stuff, the air, physical abuse and illnesses and stuff, viral infections, everything in the world is, this body is trying to live in this world, and it is susceptible to the same thing that the rest of the trees and the rest of the living planet is exposed to, injuries and predators and stuff from a microscopic level. Mm-hmm. All these things affect the way the body thinks and feels. What is different about us at this planet is our spirit, our energy, our reality, who we really are in these bodies, in this dimension, in this place. So many of us have been injured and hurt, and we take that with us and we hold on to that, and we go into what I call default mode. Whenever we have a problem, we go default mode. From the basic DNA, from when your parents had you, at whether that's 12 or 13 or 14, 15, 17 or 40, whatever amount of experience they had affected their DNA. That DNA learned this, all these molecules, you know, we're all a whole bunch of different molecules and things all working together in a corporation. All those things came together to create you. Wherever they were in time and space when they created you is where they were. Now they're in you, and you take your experiences and you add and subtract and you alter your DNA, and your body's being adapted, and it's multiplying and it's changing and it's evolving to move forward. But the basic DNA, the basic default is where your parents were, where your mom was, whether that was 13, 15 or 50. You know, her experiences, her life experience, her environment, put that as your default signal. So when you're stressed, not thinking, the body goes back to default mode. Now, your mom might have just had to put up with an abusive home, whatever, but she needed a home because she couldn't support herself. There was no way to make it in that time and frame, especially as if you're an older woman and your mother was from a different generation. Mm-hmm. So default mode might be when you're stressed, go find somebody to shack up with, because that protected your mother's DNA. It's going to protect you're going to think it is. The experiences she had will affect you and how you feel. We're not talking about you. I'm talking about the body that we're in at this dimension, this reality, is being affected by those experiences from your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother. All those things through are in this body that we're operating in and losing. Mm-hmm. So when your spirit's not powerful, when your cosmic self, when your entity, your star child, when that part is not operating this body and you let go of the reins, default mode comes back in. If you're medicating yourself because it's stressful, whatever, you're drinking and doing different things, body's in default mode. Actually, another energy source can say, hey, there's a free range one over there. Let's see what we can do here. There's a lot of energy looking for the opportunity we have. When we forget the opportunity and the blessing, the opportunity is the best thing. Think of the fact that you could be here, this place, this time, this planet, this reality is such an amazing opportunity. And so many people, because of default modes, because of lies told to them, because of different injuries happen to them, they don't realize how precious this time really is, and they turn off. And then somebody else who says, hey, I can use that body, they jump in and they have a good time. We turn off. And you see that all the time with people that are not awake, not realize who they really are. But as light workers, which I guess I'm on my soliloquy now, but as light workers, most of us came from some sort of abuse.
That's right.
And a lot of times we pick up some mental things, some personality disorders and stuff, where we want to make lists, or we want to make sure we're in control, a lot of control issues. We might not realize it, but we like trouble and problems, so we cause problems. And you get the borderline personalities, you get depression, you get all these different things happening because of what injury happened to you, and you're looking for a way of protecting yourself. Now, when you get a certain age, you really can't do much about that. You can be aware of it, and you can adapt. But it is what it is. Your actual DNA, your body has been changed. You can spend a lot of time thinking that's not fair, it's not right, and you're still there. You can spend a lot of time trying to change the world in such a way that doesn't happen to nobody else, and that's a good idea. We don't need any more people being hurt. But you got to realize what's motivating, what's doing this, the default DNA. Default DNA, your experiences with as a childhood are all in you for default. You need to come to a place in your spirit that you control this heart, this thoughts, this body in such a way that you can enjoy life and be quite effective. And we're not even talking about multiple universe right now. I'm just talking about this one place, this one grounded. So if you're aware of where you are, and you are aware of your default modes, and you are aware of why people do what they do. They're not personally attacking you. Everybody's trying to fight their own,
right.
the old word here in the South be demons, but it's not really demons, it's experiences and stuff,
Yes.
the old energies.
Yes.
If you're aware of that and you change your attitude, it actually changes the reality of the situation you're in, from being unpleasant to being something actually joyful.
Right.
Did I lose you, Sheila?
Yes, you're. I think we still got audio, but our video has.
Okay.
Has but this, here we go. This program.
Did I lose you?
Yeah, this program is good about readjusting itself and coming back.
Yeah, it's great for that.
Yeah.
So all that reality, I don't want to repeat myself over and over again, but all that reality, the things that happen to you, it still affects, is how you think affects that reality. And as powerful beings, we can create a lot of stuff. We know the law of attraction and stuff. We know what we say and what we think affects. So you have to take into account your experiences as a body, your experiences, the default DNA, the abuse, the environment around us, the poisons, the medications, all that stuff affecting us, and then that is changing our reality around us. But the most powerful thing we have, especially as women, is the emotions, the feelings. If we turn our feelings around and go, this is quite the opportunity, like that motorcycle ride, this is an opportunity that not everybody gets to have, all of a sudden the birds start chirping and the reality itself changes.
Yes. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And coming fresh from that experience right now, I can feel everything that you're saying right now, and that is where we're at right now. That's what's happening with us right now, is our feelings are overriding what we're, all that messy stuff.
Yes.
And again, taking time to be still, to meditate, however you do that, however way you want to. There's a million ways to do that. Again, being still and being aware of your thoughts, being aware. And this is why I always post those 222s and 333s and 555s, because in those moments, my guides are going, hey, what were you just saying?
Yeah.
Is that part of what we're creating, or was that more of that just talk?
You see how important it is with the downloads and the stuff that's happening right now. The strength and energy is the portals open, great opportunities to make a big difference. We have to deal with our emotions as we respond to this. We have to deal with the past memories, the default DNAs. We have to deal with that, but we have to keep our attitude like this is a real great opportunity. This is a time to make some major changes.
Yes. Look
at yourself closely. Are you doing what you do because you were hurt and abused and you're trying to make a better world? Are you doing this because
it feels good?
Guess what? Why are you doing this? I mean, that's the basic question. Why do you do what you do? Look at yourself. Are you doing this because your great-great-grandmother did it? Are you doing it because some karmic thing that you did a different life or different reality? Why are you doing what you're doing? And when you start realizing, again, I did not change that environment. It was just as sultry, it had just as many bugs and just as much traffic and just as much of good old boys saying, you're all here by yourself when I'm riding that motorcycle. Everything was the same, but I changed my attitude and I realized what an opportunity. How lucky am I to be doing this and living here this time and riding this motorcycle across this country? And then it became better. I changed the reality.
See, that's what I call a magical moment.
Magic moment.
That's what magic is. That's the ability to use what you've got within you to change your reality and make it. I mean, it sounds sort of, I don't mean to make it sound whimsical, because it's real.
It is.
So are unicorns and rainbows and stars, but I mean, seriously, it's time to start using that good stuff.
It is, but we got a lot of problems in Mother Earth right now. There's a lot of violence and stuff, a lot of stuff like that, but we change our reality by changing us. The light workers change it, and then that reality itself changes, and there's less of those kind of problems.
Right.
Yes, there are still people in that place generating that. There are still some problems and stuff. I didn't say it wasn't there. The bugs, the sultry stuff still there, but I changed my reality by changing my attitude. I put my emotion as opposed to anger and fear and resentment to love, peace, and joy and thankfulness. Boom. my reality is different. We can change reality. This just touches, but it does prove that there are alternate realities out there. You do not have to take this reality. You are not condemned to one reality, as you're not condemned to one universe. You can easily tune out if you want to and go to a different universe, different planet. You can do that too.
Right.
A lot of people do that. So they're not here. They're somewhere else. I know a lot of people that are like that. There's a lot of people that are not even here at all, and their bodies are being operated on default mode, and they're just going through. And there are some people here that are really trying to make amends for another life, another experience. There's that. There's some people that are trying to stop injuries and stuff because what happened to them. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on this planet, on this reality, on this plane, just like the other planes. It does prove to people that there is a different reality and different plane, because you can prove it just by changing your attitude. You can instantly change this reality to a different reality. Just like, boom, it just changed. You're now in a different, complete plane, a different reality, a different path than you were before. It is possible to go back, follow default mode, go right back to that old path, and everything turns gray again. I have seen places and people that everything is gray. Everything's grayscale. Everything is terrible. I live in the same environment, but everything in my life is bitching. Use an old term since I'm talking about bikers a long time ago. Everything is good. Everything is peace and love, whatever. I mean,
right.
The reality is there's still trouble. There's still problems. It's still hot, on and on. Right. But it isn't in my world, my reality right now. And because of that, my body is healthier and happier because it's not giving me what I'm telling it.
Right.
Our health, our body is affected by our reality too. The reality affects our body, which affects our feelings, our emotional, but we can turn that body around also by changing our way we look at life, and our body begins to heal. Our body responds quickly to what we're saying, just like the whole world around us changes. Our body's changing to meet our reality, our attitude towards life.
That's right. That's right. Any of us who have been walking through the dimensions and becoming skillful at it, it gets harder and harder to go back to the old 3D energy. And
you froze on me again. Oh, there you come back.
Can you
harder to what?
It becomes difficult for the sensitives to stay in that old energy, and so we're just sort of naturally living more in that next octave. We're just living our lives in that octave, and by doing so, I believe, just like in Heart Talks, we are laying this foundation. We're okay.
You're breaking up pretty good again.
Okay, how about now?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have sort of planted ourselves in this next octave.
Yes.
And are living just our regular lives, but in this next octave, which you just talked about, where people are smiling and the birds are singing and there's joy to be had.
Yes.
Okay. Man, I don't know what it takes exactly for one to get tired of the old octave, but it needs to happen. You need to get so tired of your old octave that
it's awareness. It's awareness, which I hope this little chat would help. It's awareness that you can change it. It's awareness that perhaps it's because of some former default DNA, some experiences. It could be, again, karmic. It could be a lot of different things, but you need to really examine and say, why do I do what I do?
Yes.
Am I trying to change the world? Am I trying to change my family? Am I trying not to change the world? Am I trying not, whatever it is. I mean, there's all kinds of things happen to people because of the stuff happening to children. There's people locked in their houses. There's people so depressed they can't do it. There's people that are afraid to be touched. I mean, there's a whole gamut. And the ones who are semi-functional they all have some personality disorders and different things, environmental illnesses, cancers, deformities, because exposure to radiation, testing, drugs. I mean, it's a forest. This planet is a forest with lots of beautiful things, and a lot of terrible things, as I said before. Right. But why do you do what you do? Why are you here? What's your purpose for being here? Right. Are you trying to change the world? Not trying to change the world. Are you trying to just have a good time? Whatever it is, decide to yourself why you're here, and then realize how powerful you really are. You can change this reality. You can take care of the karmic stuff. Okay, karmic stuff's done. I think I paid the price long enough. You could say, well, every time I turn around, I look for a relationship because that saved my great grandmother. She was a rough neighborhood, so she needed some place to stay. So she put up a lot of problems to stay there because she had no other choices. So you're putting up a lot of problems because you don't want to move somewhere else, or you're worried that it's scary. Whatever your default DNA is, look at that. Say, no, I don't need that. But if you change your attitude about it, realization, change attitude, you can actually break free from that. Your body will start responding to its DNA will change, its experience will change, the health come, everything's going to change in your body. This vehicle we're driving on this planet is changed because of your attitude of looking at it. And again, that still doesn't even touch the fact that there's alternative realities, alternative planes, alternative universes, planets out there that we're also in, that we're also operating out of. If nothing else, this is a really good boot camp here to get the other ones together. And at the same time, it also proves by changing your attitude, this environment change, which gives you a hint that there's something else going on, other opportunities. That's kind of like, oh my God, did I just do that? Did I make that person smile at me instead of throw a rock at me? Right. Yes, you did. Yeah. Simple little thing like that will prove to you that there are different outcomes to life.
You know, Rachel, it's your ability to bring it all into your world.
Yeah.
You know, if you're kind of always trying to change everybody out there, you're missing what you got inside here. All that courage, all those great ideas, all the joy and the happy and positive ideas and the bird singing and the rainbows. Those are all within.
Within you. You don't need to go look for a savior.
Right.
You don't need a savior. You don't need some man and a prince, from whatever comes save you and take you away to some happy place. How many women I know at my age that are still hoping that they can snag a man to save them? They're not doing anything, just sitting here waiting for somebody to save them. They're not dealing with their issues. They're waiting for somebody else to come do it for them. Mm-hmm. And they live in a perpetual hell of not go anywhere, do anything on. I mean, I can name 3 girls right now that are exactly in that spot. And they just know that somebody's going to come save them. That is early training from before, from fairy tales and different stories. And even it might have been true when you're younger. It might have been true because it was a different reality then and your knowledge and your abilities were different. Mm-hmm. But as you get older and you look at life, you realize that it's all inside you. That's your search for the truth and stuff is the truth is you. You are the truth. Right. You are cosmic. You are the goddess. You are universal. You are part of a bigger picture. Your molecule, your life is part of the world, and this world and other worlds and worlds like that. Mm-hmm. Awareness of who you really are makes a big difference. Awareness of this planet and this life and this body that you're living in, that you're operating with, is also very important.
Right.
But the most important thing is it's all about love and about attitude and being happy. And how powerful you really are as a being and how you can change the reality that you're living in, operating in on this plane. Just like you can change the other planes, just like the other opportunities. Quit tuning out. Tune into yourself and turn on.
That's right.
Make this world a better place. I am so tired sometimes of seeing the terrible things going on in our world, the hurts and pains, the wars and stuff. Those are realities that are there. And I can't say they're not there. They're still there, but how I change my life, how you change your life, how we all change our life and our outcomes could very definitely change that for everybody else too.
Well, I would like, we could make a whole series just on this conversation right here because, the first step is awareness and then what would be the next step that we could share and okay, now you've decided, maybe there is some change to be made. Maybe there is more to me than I realize. Yes. And I certainly hope these, all my Heart Talk shows and now my Heart Chats and everything that we've been doing at New Earth International is going to present these answers. And the energy that we're sending out is just amazing, and I love it.
What a beautiful world this new world is, this new earth, and the possibilities are endless. Could you imagine? I can't imagine what this world's going to be like as we more and more wake up and realize. Like my favorite cartoon, a bunch of sheep standing in the field. One stands up and says, "We're eating grass." were eating grass. All of a sudden you wake up from the sheepfold and you're like, what the hell? I had that cartoon picture on my desk forever. I don't know who made it, but it was like awareness. I don't want to eat grass anymore. I want something different. So you can change, and awareness of why you do what you do, and the default DNA and the environmental factors that are affecting you, the economical factors that are affecting you, the physical things that all awareness of it, yes. Then change your attitude, and your body and the physical and the financial, it all start changing. You know, people love to talk about how to get rich quick. You had no idea how easy it really is, and that is to change your attitude.
Right.
And it becomes, everything's possible because you changed it.
Well, and you redefine what rich means. You redefine what abundance is. I mean,
I'll talk to you about the religion and money someday. Let's have a chat about that someday. I would love to do that. That's one of my favorite subjects. How many people are still bowing down to that God? And I have no idea how it really is.
Well, me myself, I don't bring religion or politics into my new world. It's free from that, and so am I. And that's the way I'm creating it. So it makes me happy.
It's good to be here in this time and place and all these places. And thankful for the opportunity to be on your show. Thankful for the opportunity to be breathing and experiencing this life with you.
Absolutely.
Thankful for the New Earth International and things going on, and all the different guests. We got Tammy going to come on pretty soon too. We're on talks now. Tammy's got. I have to introduce you to Tammy. Tammy's got a new show coming too.
Great.
You're gonna like it. I worked with her years ago on a Canadian station. We've been talking through LinkedIn, so we're adding to the family.
All right, that's what we're.
That's summer's ending, and we're gonna get off the motorcycles and start doing some serious broadcasting again.
Come August, folks, we're going to get busy again. That's for sure.
Yeah.
All right, Rachel. Well, thank you for this chat. Thank you for launching my new series, and thank you for being you. And I will be seeing you soon. And I love you.
Namaste. Love you too. Love everybody.
Bye-bye.